Good morning. This is Bill Hawkins, and I'm delighted to be here with you today on Mindful Movement. AARP is the nation's largest nonprofit, nonpartisan organization, so we're dedicated to empowering people 50 and older to choose how they live at their age. And that's why we put on programs such as Mindful Movement, which helps you in many, many ways. Today, we are delighted to be joined by our wonderful exercise our expert, Jerri Haslem. Jerri, what are we going to do today?
Good morning, Bill. Today we're going to do some balance in the chair, some movement upper and lower body. We're going to have a great time.
Let me ask you quickly, why do we need to learn how to balance in a chair as opposed to standing?
Actually, we need it both places. We need balance because you would be surprised how at an office or some place you'll hear someone say, I fell out my chair. And you're thinking, how can you fall out your chair? You're sitting down, but you could actually be sitting too far ahead of your chair, or your chair may have wheels on it. So falling out of a chair is not something that is, it's not common, but it's something that can occur. And knowing where your balance is, where you're standing or sitting, is always important.
Right. Well, Jerri, as someone who struggles with building balance, I'm looking forward to this. So again, folks, remember, before you do anything, check with a physician to make sure that you can. And then let's go, Jerri.
Let's do it. Good morning, everyone. And I want to say, I hope you have had an amazing long holiday weekend. You know, Labor Day always signifies the end of summer, which can be kind of sad, but we're going to have a great time. The weather is still beautiful. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are. Today, we're going to be in a seated position, but guess what? We're still moving. And if, like I said earlier, if you have rollers, wheels on that chair, make sure you secure it so we're not rolling, because again, that can impact and impede our balance when we're moving, okay? So give me an amazing smile and let's get started. I'm going to start by putting my feet and my legs to match the legs of my chair, okay? So right here, my legs are kind of out a little bit wider than my hips because it's matching the legs of the chair. Right here, we're gonna sit up nice and tall, zip up our abs, straighten up our back, relax our shoulders, and we're simply gonna roll our calves, our heels off of the floor. And when I do that, I'm engaging those calves by simple calf raise. This is a move that we could do actually if we were standing up, but we're sitting down and we're gonna roll up these calves. There we go. I want 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it up right there. Engage those calf muscles, those calves, those heels are off the floor, and bring it back down. Give me 8 more, okay? Let's do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up, up, hold it up. There we go. Hold it up. Now bring it down. Awesome. Now I want you to bring your feet in, okay? Bring your feet in together. And right here, I'm simply going to raise one leg and flex my heel. So when I raise that leg up, you know, sometimes I don't say right or left because I'll confuse you, but let's raise up one leg and let's pull that toe towards you. If you had your name written on the bottom of your shoe, I could read it because that foot is completely flexed towards you. The leg is out, the toe is to you, the heel is pushed out. There we go. Now I want you to point and flex it. Point and flex, point and flex. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. Now just rotate that ankle. Oh my goodness, that should feel so good. Rotate it in this one direction. Let it be still. Take it in the opposite direction. Warming up that leg, that ankle, everything, that calf, getting it all worked up. Even though we're sitting down, put that foot back on the ground, on the floor. We're not outside, okay? But you could be on your patio. So right here, opposite leg, take it up. Now just hold that toe. Just give me a good flex. That toe is coming towards you, towards me. My toe is coming towards me. Your toe is going towards you. You got that heel flexed out. There we go. Now give me a point and flex. Point and flex. There we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now rotate that ankle. Oh my goodness, guys, this feels so good. Taking it in the other direction. There we go. There we go. Work it. There we go. Put that foot back on the ground. Okay. Now right here, I want you, and I talked about this, your balance. I have a back to the chair, but I'm using my back to sit up nice and tall, engaging my abs, and I'm not leaning on the back of the chair. If I did, it would be more like this, like I'm just relaxed, like I'm by the pool side. But I want you to sit up, gather your balance from there, your awareness of the chair, and I want you to just bring yourself a little bit towards the front of your chair. And when you do that, you immediately have to adjust your balance. Because if not, I'm telling you, you could fall out of the chair, which is, again, not unheard of, and it could happen, okay? So sitting up nice and tall, okay? Right here, your back is supporting you, not the back of the chair, okay? We got the back of the chair, but we're sitting up nice and tall. I am so close to the edge of the chair, I got to make sure that I'm aware of my space with this for balancing as well, okay? Because I'm not leaning back. And right here, I'm going to take one leg, thinking about my hip and my hip flexor, and I'm going to raise this leg, bringing it up. And I'm just slowly tapping in my foot back to the floor, okay? But it's my hip, my foot is just there for the ride. So I'm bringing it up. There we go. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when I do that, not only is it giving me hip action, when I zip up those abs, it's working those abs, especially the lower abs, okay? Let's go with the other leg. Right here, just going to bring it up. I'm not holding my breath, just bringing it up, engaging that ab. That lower ab is getting some work as well. Bringing it up. There we go. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. How was that? Let's go back to the opposite leg. Bring it up this time and just hold it. You can drop your hands by your side. You can hold them out to the side. This still motion is engaging your core, your balance, and your hip all at the same time. Hold it up. There we go. And put it back on the ground. I keep calling this the ground is my floor, but okay. Okay. Other leg. Let's bring it up. There we go. I think I'm outside. Maybe that's where I want to be, out on my deck. But I love it. Doesn't matter if you're in your office, if you're in a room in your home, if you're on your patio or your deck. We're just going to have fun. There we go. And put it back on the floor. Okay. Now, let's think about the abductors and the adductors. That's your inner and outer thigh. A lot of times, we believe that my inner thighs are not as strong. Of course they're not, because we don't walk sideways. We walk front to back. So our hamstrings and our quads, they're getting action because we're going here. We don't go this way. We may step sideways, but we don't walk side to side. We walk front to back, okay? So that inner thigh, that outer thigh, back is up, abs are in. We're going to bring it up. This is what I want you to do. Think about the inner and outer thigh doing the work. I don't want you to turn. No. You don't turn. You don't twist. You're going to stay still and give me that amazing smile. You're going to let the leg do the work. Inner thigh, outer thigh is doing the work. And again, you're close to the edge of the chair. I'm not sitting back in the chair, okay? I'm off of the chair enough that literally my thigh is free from the chair, okay? So that's one reason it's so important to adjust your balance even if you're sitting, okay? And I think another time when we go out, you know how sometimes it'll be a table or a booth and you're trying to scoot up to figure out where your feet should be, your hips should be, your hands should be on the table. And then again, that's another adjustment, pushing yourself up, because sometimes you can't push the bench up. You've got to slide up to what's comfortable and a good balance for you. Okay, so that's a good example of when we make adjustments that are not in our control. Okay, let's take that leg up. We're going to think about the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Let's go. Let's give me 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put it back on the floor. How was that? Did that feel good? I hope so. Let's go with the other side. Ready? Let's do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put it back on the floor. Let's do 2 more sets because we can. That's why sometimes we may do 1 set, sometimes we may do 2, sometimes we may do 3. And I want you to understand when we do sets, it's an example. You maybe can do more, or maybe you want to do less. Understanding that when we exercise, it's such a beautiful movement, and it should never feel like punishment. And that's one thing that I've appreciated as I've aged, because there were years ago, exercise, and still some days, exercise can be used as, oh, you're late, you're at the gym, you give me a lap. And I want you to always embrace movement. So if you're running, if you're walking, if you're golfing, understand that movement, oh my goodness, is to be embraced, never a punishment. And that's the reason when we do the moves here, I try not only to tell you why we're doing them, because I believe in functional movement, I like to give you an example of how this can impact your day-to-day living. Okay? So always, and I know sometimes you may be thinking something. Don't hesitate to ask me or someone else, because I'm here to make sure that I answer you. Okay? So let's take that leg up. Give me that smile. Let's do 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change it up. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How was that? That inner thigh, that outer thigh, making it work. Awesome. Okay? And understanding we're doing that because, again, when we're out moving, when we're doing different things, being aware of the strength in all of your leg is so important, so vital. Okay? So we are scooted towards the edge of the chair, so let's get in some upper body as well as we did the lower body. Now, right here, I want you just to take your hands behind you. You're going to place them on a chair. It's almost like you're just going to pick yourself up just a little bit. Now, you're not actually coming out of the chair, but it's just a slight lift, working your upper body and putting the weight on your arms to come up. It's an ever so small move, but very impactful, because it's my upper body that's doing the work. Okay, so again, it's almost like I'm coming up saying, oh, good morning, what a beautiful morning it's going to be. I'm putting the weight on my upper body, shoulders, arms, lifting myself so slightly out of the chair. And I really don't come off of the chair, but I can feel myself lifting away from the chair when I do that. So it's, oh my goodness, just up. Okay, that is a good foundation, especially if you're not comfortable coming off of the chair. Just, again, a slight lift, trusting yourself enough to lift up, but you also have the protection of the chair to come back and rise and just sit back on, okay? If you're comfortable, I'm going to have you take your legs out again, just like you did for the chair. So I'm kind of matching up my legs with the legs of the chair. Now, this time, I'm going to trust myself, and I'm going to come off the chair completely. using my upper body. But again, if you're not wanting to do this, absolutely no worries, because safety is first. So you could just lean back and put your weight, getting comfortable with your weight being on the chair. Okay, perfect. If you're wanting a little bit more, you can hold on to the sides of the chair, and I'm just going to walk off of the chair, and I'm just sitting a little bit lower than the chair. It's all upper body. I'm going to come back up and slide back down. Again, that's strength and that's balance. And not only strength and balance, doing those repeatedly would be a form of cardio. Some people may call them dips. You may hear that at the gym, tricep dips, working the back of the arm, but your upper body is controlling your whole lower body. Your upper body is doing the movement. And it can look a little deceiving because I've seen people do it and they're not using their upper body, they're using their lower body. And I want you to understand, we're using our upper body for strength and our lower body is only there for the ride, for the balance. So just to show you, and sometimes it's hard to, really you can never show balance because you feel balance, but I'm gonna come off the chair and just kind of walk you through it. Now I'm off the chair, my upper body is holding me up. Now I'm gonna show you what it's like to move my arms. See how I'm moving my arms? And you really can't see them because they're behind me, but I'm moving my arms, okay? I'm gonna come back to the chair. That's the move. My lower body, it was just there for the ride. Just like when we picked our hip up, the foot was just there for the ride. It was not actually doing any work. And that move right there is strictly upper body. And again, it's a little deceiving because you don't see my arms, but trust me, they're moving. And that's what allowed me to go up and down. So I'm going to demonstrate that again. Again, a tricep dip. My legs are out, matching the legs of the chair. My arms are straight behind me and they're on the edge of the chair, okay? So I'm protecting my body. I'm coming up. I'm sliding off of the chair. Again, my arms come down and up. My lower body is just there for the ride. That's what I'm asking of you with that exercise. Sometimes people will hold their arms still and use their lower body, and that can be a little bit awkward because that's where the balance comes in. So if I come off of the chair and I'm using my upper body and I'm just doing that, my lower body, that's the incorrect move because I'm not doing anything for my arms but putting weight on them instead of giving them strength with the up and down motion, okay? So being aware of what body part is moving, because it could look like, and I wish I could turn this chair around, but we have the perfect setup, so I don't want to mess it up because trust me, I'll turn around and we'll never be in focus again. But if you can feel that it is your upper body, the whole movement, okay? I'm going to do 4 more. I'm going to ask you to do those 4 with me. And if you don't want to do that, you can do our first option is just lifting up off the chair, lift it up off the chair, and never coming off of the chair when we do that, okay? So let's get that balance and that strength in. Feet are out. I'm going to come to the edge of it. I'm going to come down, use that upper body for 4. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is strong work when you do that. That's your whole upper body. And one reason I want to do that, especially with females, you don't have a lot of upper body strength. And I always say, if you were to fall, it's hard to get up if you're not used to putting weight on your upper body. Or if you are walking around and you just dropped your $10 bill, you want to be able to pick it up. That upper body strength works fluidly when you can go up and down and push yourself up and roll yourself up and give it a little bit more strength and love. Fair enough? So, feel good about it? I hope so. Okay, let's get a little bit more work in with these legs. I'm going to take my leg and simply cross it over my thigh. Okay, if this is too much for you, just cross it down here at your ankle. Okay, then just roll down to your feet and roll back. That'll be your move. You're just going to roll down to those feet and roll back up. You're going to roll down, and we can even hold it and then roll up. Okay, if you're comfortable, I want you to take it across. A lot of times people will do this laying on their back, a figure 4, okay? And they'll pull this opposite, the foot that's on the floor, they'll pull it in towards them. If you just do this and lean over, you're going to get that good stretch in that. Oh, feels so good. It's a little bit, it's like when you bump your elbow, it's like a little bit of a ting, but a good feeling overall, okay? There we go. We're just leaning into it. That's it. And come up. Let's lean into it again. It's that figure 4 stretch. This is so good. Walking, playing golf, bowling, any kind of standing moves. You'll be surprised how just stretching your hips feels so much better, okay? You ever been sitting down for a period of time, you get up and you feel kind of stiff? Those hips can get tight, so you want to stretch them, okay? Uncross it, change it out for me, okay? Cross the other one over, right here. I'm going to lean into it. And I promise you, it doesn't take a big move to have a big impact. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Lean it in and bring it up. Again, our figure 4 while sitting down. Come on, lean into it again for me. There we go. How does that feel? I hope good. I hope so. And bring it up. Okay. Put that foot back on the ground for me. While we're sitting here, I simply want you to understand what balance feels like. Sitting up nice and tall, always using your back and not the back of the chair. Now this time I'm a little bit more in the middle of the chair. I'm still not at the back relaxing, okay? I'm sitting up, I'm engaged. I got my balance going from there, okay? So right here, I simply want you to take your arms out by your side, okay? Right here, out by your side. And I simply want you to press up like you're lifting your chest up to the sun. Oh my goodness, this feels so good. Shoulders are down and back just like melted butter. And come back. Again, almost like I'm like my own little hummingbird. I'm just going to press up like a proud peacock and bring it back. Give me one more. Come on. Press up. Shoulders are down. You're relaxed. No hunching up those shoulders to the ears. Peel those shoulders back and bring it back. Okay? Right here, I'm simply going to take my arms into a small circle. This move is so good for your arms, your shoulders, and your back. You can feel yourself just squeezing it. It's circles. It's not flapping up like a wing. It's circles like an orange. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip those palms up. Take those circles the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip it down. Circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it. Circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those shoulders, arms down. How was that? Hope that's pretty good. I hope what you're getting out of this session is, even if you're sitting down, you know, we may have meetings back to back. We may be in a position, you may be traveling. You could be on a 2-hour flight. Now, of course, you can't do your arms like that because your neighbor, the passenger, they're not going to like that. But some of the moves that we do, if you were in a train, an airplane, or a car, you could do these moves because I'm going to remind you, and I've said it 20,000 times, I've said it 20,001 times. Sitting is the new smoking. We have so many conveniences, myself included, but we got to use that body, that functional movement. You know, I tell you, my mother, she's 86 this year, and a lot of times I'll say something to her. She has selective hearing, okay? She hears me, but maybe she doesn't want to do it. And I was telling her how important it is just to stand up. On that hour, you may find that you're watching television, and I'm like, get up during a commercial. Just get up, walk around, come and sit back down. So important that we are not just constantly sitting. We got to mix it up. You even have offices where you may have a desk where you can sit and stand. I want you to take advantage of that in your everyday life. Functional movements are so important. You know, I love to give homework. Y'all know I give it all the time. And I always say, don't beat yourself up. If you've got 5 minutes, fantastic. If you have 30, fantastic. But my homework assignment for this Labor Day we just completed, amazing summer, is don't sit for too long, because sitting sometimes can cause us not to want to get up and move. So even if we have to be confined to a desk, let's move that body, okay? I totally love our sessions. I hope if you got questions, drop them in the chat. Like, Jerri, what are you talking about today? And I'll explain it the best I can. It still may come out muddy, as what they say, clearly muddy, but I absolutely love our mindful movement sessions, and I'm so excited that you spent time with me this morning to do that. So, Bill, I hope you got your balance in.
Well, you were talking to me when you talk about being confined to the chair. So yes, I appreciate it very much, Jerri. And AARP is here every Tuesday for Mindful Movement. We'll be back with Jerri week after next, but next week, stay tuned for Yoga with Becca. So again, thank you so much for joining us and spending the time, and headed into fall. We'll see you later.